lovies, and welcome back to Crazy But Not Dangerous. I'm Shorty Vaughn. Got my little sidekick Pigpen down here with me. And yeah, it's time for dinner. We had, the pumpkin pecan French toast this morning for breakfast. That was delicious. And so to balance things out, we're having a delicious poached pear salad with some extra little yum-yums included in there to make it a great big hearty salad. We love great big hearty salads for dinner. Are you hungry, pigs? He's in here cruising for yum-yums. Okay, I have had this pear for a couple of weeks now. I got it in grocery delivery. Have you ever had grocery delivery? It's awesome, but it really depends on who picks out your groceries. So I requested 4 pears, and this one came, and it is small, and it is hard, and it really has not ripened for me very well. It's gone from like a dark, green this color to this color, so it's working on it, but I'm going to move it on along because, it's still pretty solid. So poaching a pear is a great way to use a pear that is just not ripening or is too firm. You wouldn't want to use like a soft pear because they will just, poach down to like nothing, like a pear jam or jelly, which could be delicious, but is not quite the application that I am looking for today. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just go ahead and cut my pear. I only have the one. If you had more, you may use a bigger saucepan. But I'm just going to go ahead and cut this into, some slices. That's it. You could cut them in half, core them out, and then poach them in half. You can poach the whole pear and then slice it, and that looks beautiful. You can peel it. I'm choosing not to do any of those things. Because I'm pretty informal. And this one has just, a little brown spot. That's why I don't think it's going to ripen. I think it's just going to, rot. And that would be a shame because I paid for it. I want my money's worth. So I'm just going to slice these. Yeah, just like that. Okay, I have a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon. Got this over at the liquor shack down the street from my house. I love it because it's drive-through. They have great prices, and they have the most enormous fountain drinks. They are so big. They are like 62 ounces or something. It gives me carpal tunnel to get one of them. But yeah, it's a huge fountain drink for $1. And you cannot beat that. And I do love a fountain soda. I always tell Andrew that if I win the lottery, one of the first things I'm going to do is buy a fountain drink machine. I don't want a new house. I don't really need a new car, but I would love to have a fountain drink machine. Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a just shallow saucepan here. No big whoop. If I was doing more pears, of course, I would probably go ahead and use a deeper sauce pot. That would be fine. I'm going to put 1 cup of red wine in here, and that's going to be the majority of our poaching liquid. Ooh, just a little bit left. I see a red wine pot roast coming down the pipe for Andrew. He loves that. I have the dregs of some honey. Yeah, there's not much in there. I'm just going to go ahead and put the whole thing in. This poaching liquid is going to serve double duty, and I'll show you here in a little bit. But yeah, we're going to use this to poach. I'm going to take the lid off. Just take the lid off. Don't struggle, Shorty Vaughn. Okay, and never fear, because I have another one of these raw honeys in the laundry room storage because they come in a 3-pack from Costco. That's how I like to buy them. Our farmer's market, and I use that term very loosely, season is just getting started because our temperatures are finally at or below 100 degrees. Yeah, I had to have a bathrobe this morning because it was like 67 degrees and I was freezing. Alright, that's probably about a tablespoon and a half of honey. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to sweeten that up a little bit. And then I have a lemon. Let's go ahead and give this a good squeeze. Yay, hooray. Just that little burst of citrus goodness. Hey, if all you have is lemon juice in a squeeze bottle, or the little lemon, that kind of looks like a lemon, that's your juice, go for it. I don't got a problem with it. I got one in my refrigerator right now. I'm just lucky to have this lemon today. Let's go ahead and put just the tiniest bit of salt and pepper in here. Just a couple of turns of the shaker. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this onto about a 5. And when that gets heated up, I'm going to put my pears right on in there. Be back in a minute. If you're over there saying, Shorty Vaughn, this recipe does not apply to me because we abstain from alcohol and yeah, we don't have red wine. We're not going down to the liquor shack to go get some. You don't have to use red wine, honey. Baby, this recipe does not exclude you. Yeah, poach your pears in a little bit of cranberry juice or a little bit of cherry juice, and you will get a very similar experience. Grape juice would work too. Absolutely. Yeah, like a red grape juice, cranberry juice, cherry juice, a juice that is very rich in flavor. Now you could try like an apple or orange or something like that. I don't know if you would get the same experience, but it would probably be fantastic. I've never tried, but I have used cranberry before because I have friends in recovery, and I also have friends that just abstain from alcohol for various reasons. So yeah, cranberry juice, grape juice, cherry juice, you could use all of those to save your pear. Also, I tasted from the core, and this is not a very flavorful. It's a little bit bland. It's going to need all of the love from the poaching liquid, and that's a great way to save fruits. It's, just maybe not your favorite today. Speaking of fruits, my pomegranates are looking really good. Yay, hooray. Those will be ready right before Thanksgiving. And the lemongrass is just going to town. I'm going to have to put that in one of my Asian dishes coming up. And these are my Ponderosa lemons, and we're loaded down this year. And this is the size of them in comparison to my hand. Typically, they weigh in somewhere between 1 pound and 4 pounds each. These are doing pretty well. As you can see, I've got some victims of this year's extreme heat, where this one has just split 9 ways from Sunday, and I'll probably just go ahead and pop that one. Well, it's not going to pop off. Oh, there we go. Pop that one off, get that one thrown away because, yeah, nobody wants to eat that one. But that one's going to be a beauty. Alrighty, so my poaching liquid is just warming up. I'm going to go ahead and pop all of my little bits of pear in there. Guess that kind of rhymes. And I would definitely wear an apron when I do this, because the red wine or the cranberry juice or what have you, if it's boiling, it'll sputtle a little bit, and you don't want to ruin your clothes with red wine stains or wear something you don't care about. All right, gonna let those go. Bring them up to a boil for about 7 minutes. Now, if you wanted a little sweeter application of these, like it would be very classic to have half of a poached pear in wine and a little dollop of vanilla ice cream right in the center, go ahead, and this is the time when you would add your cinnamon and your vanilla, just a splash of vanilla and just, you know, a little bit of cinnamon. Yay, hooray. And then you can serve these not only in a salad, as a side dish, as a dessert. Poached pears are delicious and I think really tasty for the holidays. I have a little dry skillet right here, and I am going to go ahead and turn this onto about a 6, and I have about a cup of walnuts, and I'm just going to give those a light toast just so that they can be their most delicious self. Also to thaw them out a little bit, because I store all my nuts, seeds, and stuff like that either in the refrigerator or in the freezer, depending on how often I use them, because here in Arizona, your dried nuts will go rancid in the cabinet in a New York minute, and you don't want to waste the money. Okay, my nuts are all toasted. My pears are still poaching. I've got my fork right here, and I just keep testing them for fork tender because that pear was hard as a rock. I've got 2 large plates out, and I want to go ahead and add my greens now. And that's just fine with me because we're going to put all of the really wet things on the outside, and then you can combine them as you're eating your salad any way that you want. I have a little tiny bit of this garden salad mix. It's not looking the greatest. I'm going to pick a couple of things out, but I do want to try to resurrect some of it. I feel bad, but I will go ahead and put this into the compost pile. But it's not. I also have some spinach. This is still a great value where I live because I can get this entire package, 8 ounces of spinach, for $1. And so it is one of my most affordable greens and also one of my healthiest greens available. I think that's fantastic. Yay, hooray. And we do love spinach. And you know, in my refrigerator, it lasts a long, long time. There we go. Plenty of spinach. I'm going to check on my pears because I don't want them to disintegrate into nothing, but I do want them to be softened and delicious. Still need a few more minutes. All nice and tidy. Just going to add those right in there. I'm using plenty of greens because we're not going to have that much protein in this salad. We're going to have a little bit of turkey. We're going to have walnuts. We're going to have some cheese. But, you know, I'm not cooking a chicken breast or steak or anything like that to go with it. So I want it to be really full of the greens so you get that great, full, satisfied feeling. And you don't feel deprived because you only had a salad. Our pears are done. I'm going to pop this off. And this is what they look like in here. So they're, you know, reddish now from the wine. They're super tender and delicious. I can hardly wait to eat them, and I'm making a red wine mess. I need something else. Slotted spoon will do it. There we go. And I'm offsetting these because we're going to use the red wine for something else. And I also want these pears to cool off a little bit. So I am going to pop them right into my refrigerator to cool. And yeah, if you can see, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but my stovetop, yeah, has little wine splatters all over them. So, yep, I'm going to go ahead and turn this back on now. I'm going to turn it to like a 3 because I want it to reduce somewhat. And that's going to just do it all by itself. Going to keep my eye on it. But look at these pears. They're a terrific color. And if you didn't use the red wine, if you use cherry, grape, or cranberry juice, you are going to get a very similar coloration. They smell fantastic, look terrific. Gonna put them in the fridge. I have my salads all greened up. My toasted nuts are cooled, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put half on each plate. Yay, hooray. Love toasted walnuts. They smell so good. That deep, rich nuttiness. I like it. And if it feels like it's too much or I've got enough, then you know, I have a little snack for later. Nobody's going to complain about that. I also have a little bit of this Hillshire Farm oven roasted turkey breast. I took this out for sandwiches, and we have just a little bit left. Like maybe enough left for one really decent sandwich. But I can take it and add it to this salad. And then now we have a little extra protein to go with it. And that's where Andrew's going to be happy when, oh yay, look, meat on my salad. Yes, baby. Yes. So, this is reduced sodium, but honestly, it was just a very marginal difference. I probably wouldn't spend like the extra 25 cents again to purchase this. Yeah, probably just go for the full sodium. There we go. And you know what I'll probably do is just take a little bit off of this one and just add it to this one. You know, I don't want any complaints. You got more than me. So that's great. We've got that all taken care of. Yay, hooray. Let's add some cheese. Cheese? Yes, please. I've got this little bit of feta. Thought that would be nice. We enjoy feta. Now, if you do not, Parmesan would work just fine. Mozzarella, absolutely. A little bit of cheddar. Treat yourself. I keep my feta cheese usually in the freezer because for us, you know, a few crumbles is plenty. And so we don't go through it fast enough. And, you know, anyhow, it takes very little time for this feta cheese to thaw out. I just open it up, put some on whatever I'm going to need it for, or I put some in a little dish, and then, you know, 30 minutes later, it's ready to go. And feta has such a big taste that you don't really need that much. And this is a pasteurized artesian feta, so yeah, that's a good deal. All right, a couple ounces on each one. That's gonna do it. I'm gonna get this back in the freezer. Okay, so I've got about 1/2 cup of the reduced red wine, and all of that alcohol has burned off of this, so it doesn't have that alcohol bite to it, which is just fine with me. Have a little bit of olive oil here and a 1/2 tablespoon measure. I am going to add 1/2 tablespoon of the olive oil, or the olive oil of your taste. To me, a vinaigrette is a very personal kind of thing. Some people prefer a little more oil, a little less acid. You know, you've got to find the balance that's just right for you. Also have some Dijon mustard. Any mustard will do. There will be recipes that will tell you don't use yellow mustard. And, you know, that's the author's preference. But what if you only have yellow mustard? What if that's the mustard you know? What if that's the mustard that you can afford? You are going to have a similar experience, no matter what kind of mustard you have. We love Dijon. We love spicy brown. We love like a full grain English mustard. That's really hard to find here. There's no mustard that we don't like, but I'm using what I have on hand because this was one of my free items over at Albertsons a couple of weeks ago. And I'm going to use 1/2 tablespoon of that Dijon. It's going to be delicious. Yeah, I'm not a fruit snob. You got to use what you got. You got to think outside the box. Yeah, I have a little bit of Splenda, and I am going to put 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons in there, because remember that we added all of that honey. So it should already be pretty sweet, but just gonna make sure, give it that extra little, zing. Make sure that you cool off your red wine before you shake it, because if you shake it while it's still piping hot, it's gonna be all over the place. I'm not cleaning this. Yeah, I'm not cleaning the ceiling. I'm not gonna do it. I hate to. And red wine, I'll be lucky if that comes out. That's terrible. If you get a red wine stain on clothing or carpet or furniture, I usually use white wine to clean it. So if I have a big, if I have a little spot on my shirt and I've spilled red wine, then I get a little napkin with some white wine and dab it. And product usually gets out product. And that's the way to go. If it's stubborn, then a little bit of hydrogen peroxide will usually take that right out. All right, let's go ahead and taste our vinaigrette and see what it might need. Oh, that's really nice. You know what it needs? It's just the tiniest bit of salt and a little cracked black pepper. To me, that has plenty of mustard. It's plenty sweet. It's got a delicious, deep red wine tang to it. Hot diggity. I'm not mad at that at all. I'm going to go ahead and get that in the refrigerator to give it a brief chill up. Yeah, absolutely. That's spectacular. So what did I get done today? Ran around a little bit, did some work, planted marigold seeds in my front yard. Super excited about those. If we have a mild summer, then those can be perennial. But, we had like 50 days over 110, lows in the high 90s. So mine did not survive the summer. They've gone on to, flower heaven. So I'm super excited about marigolds again, and I love them because they're great for helping to control pests in your garden. And, showed you a few things earlier that's going on in my yard. Excited about, a little bit of free produce. Yay, hooray. Love the lemons and the pomegranates and all those fun little things. And, surprisingly, that my lemongrass lasted beautifully through multiple days over 110 degrees. So you just never know about something. Anyhow, just excited about fall and having a good time and lower temperatures. Yay, great. I know some of you are actually getting a little bit chilly. Seen some of y'all, with your jackets on in the morning over on YouTube. Good for you. I don't even own a jacket. I got a sweater. Does that count? It'll be coming out. Anyhow, yeah, it's just that fall. The sun looks different. The light is different. There's a little bit of difference in the air when you get a breeze. Like, it isn't like a hair dryer anymore. It's like, oh, that's a breeze. I forgot what that was like. Yeah. So I'm just enjoying these fall feelings, and I think this is a great fall salad. You can poach your pears even a couple of days beforehand and leave them in the poaching liquid to just soak all of that up, and they're going to release some sugars into that poaching liquid too. But you could do it even a couple of days in advance. Yeah, mine are going to be fine. I've actually got them sitting in front of the cooler to bring them down a little bit more in temperature, because it's almost time for Jeopardy. And we like to sit there and play and eat and tease each other, and anyhow. What I also wanted to come on and say was welcome to all of my new viewers. Thank you to all of my regular viewers. I love you all. Thank you so much for your beautiful comments and your likes and sharing, and welcome along for the ride for this adventure, of life and budgeting and thrifting and all of those good things. Little bit of chit chat and just big squeezy hugs to you all. Ooh, yes. Thank you so much for your love and support during this little bump in the road. But that's really all life is, sometimes you're on the straight and the narrow, you're doing fine. Other times there's curves and twists in the road, the occasional bump. That's why I've got shocks. It'll be all right. Absolutely. And yeah, so if you are also facing like unemployment, use up all of the benefits that you can before, they go away. We've got until the 30th to get all of our doctor's appointments in, get as many prescriptions in as possible. If you are going to be using GoodRx to get your prescriptions, that's a great way to save money if you suddenly become uninsured. GoodRx is a great program, will save you a ton of money, but also link it to your Fetch account because you can get significant points when you fill a subscription or when you fill a prescription with GoodRx. You can get significant Fetch reward points, and then you can turn those points into gift cards for things that you want and need. And I do Fetch all the time. I've never had any problem. My lovelies, it's almost time for dinner. My poached pears are just a little bit cooler than room temperature, and I am just going to go ahead and lay these towards the outside so that my salad does not get all soggy. Yes, Piggy, I know you're excited about dinner. You ready for some yums? He's ready for dinner. There we go. Lay these all out. And just that little bit of turkey is going to make these feel more like a complete meal than just a salad. So, there we go. Everybody got some. Yay, hooray. Shake up my vinaigrette just a little bit. Andrew hasn't come out yet. I don't know what he's back in his office doing, but he's working on all kinds of stuff today. He's just Mr. Productivity. I'm going to go ahead and dress mine just around that outside edge because I can toss it all together, but I don't want my salad to be soggy. So there we go. I think that looks amazing. Yeah, yay, hooray. Poached pear, walnut and feta salad, little bit of turkey, yay, hooray. A salad just doesn't have to be for summer. You can have salads in fall or winter or what have you. And these poached pears, good in all kinds of applications. Served warm, served cold, served as a side dish, a dessert, and a salad. Very versatile. And so if you've got one that's hard and it's not getting right, go ahead. Poach it up. It'll be delicious. Yay, hooray. All right, my lovelies, be good, be careful, look both ways. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous. Bye now.